and welcome to another webinar all about British food culture. And today we're going to be taking a special look at special days and events. And this is part one of a two-part webinar series that we're going to be doing, looking at all sorts of foods that we would enjoy on special days throughout the year in the UK. So in this specific webinar, we're going to explore local and national cuisine in Britain, discover some special days and events, plus the food people eat on these days, and reflect on special days, events, and foods in your home country, and complete a quiz on this topic. So we're going to have a lot of fun today and just play around with some of these concepts. So what are special days? A special day is a local, national, or international celebration. Examples of international special days are Christmas and New Year's Day. So they are generally celebrated internationally around the world. We would celebrate those days. So festivals can be a day, a week, or longer. Some events are also national holidays, which means nobody goes to work or to school. For example, Easter is a yearly event which always includes Friday and Monday as national holidays. So that means nobody goes to work or to school on those days. So let's have a little think about in your country or in your home. Why do we have these special days? And what kind of things do you celebrate or do we celebrate on special days? So have a think. Perhaps you could write your answer in the chat box or let us know what your thoughts are. Why do we have special days? Why is it important to take time out of the year to celebrate certain things that have happened? So special days or events can celebrate local, international, or national history, people, food, seasonal events, or religion and beliefs. So special days or events can celebrate local, national, or international history, people, food, seasonal events, or religion and beliefs. Okay, interesting. Can you think of any maybe historical special days in your country? Perhaps let me know in the chat box or comment on the feed. What about people or food? Seasonal events, religion and beliefs, perhaps Christmas. Perhaps there's a special day, maybe even in your home. Is there a special day that every year you do something on that day? Please let me know, and I would love to share it with the group. Awesome, fantastic. So every country has its own special days, like Burns Night in Scotland and Shrove Tuesday in England. These events often include special foods. So foods we specifically eat on those days. Okay, so January. Let's have a look at January. The whole of January is veganary. Okay, so in the UK, the whole of January is veganary. This event started in 2014 to encourage people to try the vegan diet for 1 month. Would you go vegan for an entire month of January? I tried it. I try to do it every year, and I have made it a couple of times, but it is a tough challenge to go, especially after Christmas. And it's the new year, and it is a time where I take a little bit of holiday time, and you do want to sometimes overindulge in perhaps lovely, lovely foods, which makes it quite difficult if you're not used to the vegan diet. So what about you? Would you ever go vegan for an entire month? I'm getting some great answers in the chat box and in the comments section. Some people saying yes, absolutely. Some people saying no. Well, that's great. It's good to have a diverse group with us today. So on the 25th of January, this is a special day in Scotland and it's called Burns Night. It is to celebrate the life and work of the Scottish poet, Robert Burns. Okay, interesting. So that's the 25th of January in Scotland. It is called Burns Night, and it celebrates the life and work of the poet, Robert Burns. So on Burns Night, Scots eat neeps and tatties and other delicious foods. Everyone has a party with family and friends where they recite, which means to say aloud, poems by Robert Burns. That sounds like a lovely evening. I would love something like that. What about you? Would you enjoy a night of eating lovely food, partying with your family or friends, and then reciting some poetry? Let's have a look what we've got here. Oh, yes. Some people say they would actually enjoy celebrating Burns Night. Absolutely. Good. Well done. So here are some more Burns Night dishes. So we've got potato and leek soup. Delicious, 2 vegetables in a soup. That sounds amazing to me. And we've got shortbread biscuits, something sweet. And we've got baked haggis. I know which one I will definitely enjoy, which would be those lovely biscuits. What about you? Out of the 3, what dish would you most enjoy at a Burns Night celebration? So pop your comments, your answers, your opinions in the chat box, and I'll absolutely love to share them with everyone. Okay, we've got some more votes for the biscuits. Absolutely, they do look delicious. Awesome. Okay, so let's take a look at February. February is a fun month of romance and events. Saint Valentine's Day is celebrated in most countries on the 14th. What do people in the UK usually eat on this day? Okay, so have you heard of Valentine's Day? Yes, it's love hearts, and if you've got someone special, you send them a little gift or a little message telling them how special they are to you. And it's such a lovely day, and it's usually celebrated on the 14th of February. Let's have a look at what we eat on this day. Valentine food and drinks include heart-shaped cookies or desserts. Oh, look at the video. They are looking like they're enjoying a lovely romantic Valentine's meal. You can give gifts of boxes of chocolates and eat them all with no guilt because it's Valentine's Day. Strawberries and champagne. Very, very fancy and sophisticated. Or steak and Italian food. Italian food because Italy is known as the place of romance and love and music. So that would be a lovely meal to have on Valentine's Day. Heart-shaped cookies or desserts. Wonderful, something sweet on Valentine's Day. And of course, chocolate, strawberries and champagne. Very, very iconic for Valentine's Day. So let's have a look at Shrove Tuesday. Shrove Tuesday is the day before Lent begins. Lent is a Christian event that starts 6 weeks before Easter. Shrove Tuesday is more commonly known as Pancake Day and is non-religious these days. Okay, so we have something called Pancake Day, and it's actually Shrove Tuesday. And depending on what your beliefs are, it sometimes can be a non-religious day these days. And there we have some lovely pancakes. So let's take a closer look at Pancake Day. So in the past, people used Shrove Tuesday as a way of enjoying a last treat before Lent, so before we give something up. These days, the best part of Shrove Tuesday is cooking and eating pancakes with your family. Okay, so those are pancakes. They are a flour and milk batter, really, really thin, cooked on a very high heat and then wrapped up in sugar. Some people put cinnamon with them or chocolate. They are quite delicious. And that's what we would have on Pancake Day. I can remember in school, Pancake Day was quite popular and we would actually eat pancakes at school. So I remember everyone was quite excited about Pancake Day, which obviously used to be or is technically Shrove Tuesday. Let's take a look at a little bit further on, the 5th of March. This special day is Saint Piran's Day. He is the patron saint of Cornwall and of tin miners. Okay, so tin is a natural metal found in the southwest of England. So he was a patron of the tin miners, so people who used to go and find this natural metal. Okay, so people celebrate St. Piran's Day with scones, jam, and cream. And another local food, Cornish pasties, my favorite. Absolutely my all-time favorite pastry. These are delicious pastries filled with beef, potato, and vegetables. Okay, so let's take a look at these pictures. We can see the scones with jam and cream. Absolutely delicious. And then we've got that other local food, my favorite, which is a Cornish pasty, and it's filled with lovely vegetables, beef, and carrots. Okay, and potatoes and everything else in between. Let's have a look at Easter. So Easter is sometimes in March and sometimes in April. So depending on where it falls in the year, it is sometimes in March or sometimes in April. But it is always includes a long weekend of national holidays, chocolate and hot cross buns. So it'll always include some special holidays, national holidays, where people don't go to work or school, chocolate eggs, so Easter eggs, and hollow or hot cross buns, delicious. Okay, and as you can see in the picture, we've got tea, we've got hot cross buns. Oh, my favorite. I do enjoy a hot cross bun over Easter. What would you prefer? Would you prefer eating the hollow chocolate eggs, the Easter eggs, or do you prefer the nice warm hot cross buns? Pop your comments and your answers or your ideas and opinions in the chat box, and I will share them with everyone. Oh, okay, I'm getting a lot of chocolate. I'm getting a lot of chocolate answers. Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy them too. So fun fact, people often buy new clothes for Easter because they believe it will bring them good luck for the rest of the year. Interesting. Okay, so people often buy new clothes for Easter because they believe it will bring them really good luck and they'll have a great year. Interesting. Okay, let's have a look at May. In May, there are 2 events that celebrate food and culture. The first event is British Sandwich Week, and the second is National Barbecue Week at the end of May. Yummy. Perfect month for me. I do love a sandwich and I love a barbecue, so that would be perfect. So the first event we celebrate in May is British Sandwich Week. What would be your favorite sandwich? What would be the sandwich you would eat during that week? Let me know. Let's have a look what sandwiches we would be eating. Okay, so we've got some peanut butter. Yeah, peanut butter sandwiches. Some club sandwiches. Good idea. cheese, perfect. Vegetable sandwiches, yeah, chicken. Really good answers, well done. So we've got lovely sandwiches in that week. And then the second is National Barbecue Week at the end of May. The barbecue, you get together with your family and friends and you have and celebrate the lovely barbecue. Wonderful, that sounds fantastic. So did you know that National Barbecue Week has its 25th anniversary in 2021? This annual event has made barbecues so popular that the UK had 137 million of them in 2019. Okay, so the National Barbecue Week is so popular that now we've got 137 million barbecues that happened in 2019. That is amazing. And I'm sure, do you like to barbecue? Do you like to barbecue? So, you know, mostly generally outside on hot coals, and you turn the meat and it's just the most delicious way of cooking. Do you enjoy barbecue? How often do you barbecue? And what do you barbecue? Let me know. It'll be great to see if you've got any recipes that you would like to share. Okay, so let's take a look at June. On the first Friday of June, Britain celebrates National Fish and Chips Day. In the UK, people spend 1.2 billion on fish and chips every year. That's 1.2 billion pounds money on fish and chips every year. Oh, I just got really hungry looking at fish and chips and talking about fish and chips. I just got absolutely very hungry. Can you guess which city eats the most fish and chips? Which city in the UK do you think eats the most fish and chips? I'll give you a little moment to think. Let's take a look. London, of course, so popular. So the answer is London. A fish and chip shop is also known as a chippy. And a chippy tea is a fish and chips dinner. Also, people used to eat fish and chips out of newspaper until the 1990s. That's always the best part. I still have a local chippy, so a local fish and chip takeaway that wraps it. Okay, it's not quite newspaper, but it's the same paper as newspaper, but it doesn't have the news printed on it. And they still wrap it in paper. And it makes a difference to the plastic or the cardboard containers you can get at other takeaway restaurants. So that I love that we've got our local that does still wrap it in a form of paper that feels like newspaper. So there we go, London. London has the most fish and chips sold in the UK. That is really, really awesome. Have you ever been to London? Anyone here, have you ever been to London? Eaten fish and chips? Okay, yeah, I've got some good answers. Some say yes, or some say they would love to go. Absolutely, I recommend it. Fantastic place. So before we continue, I just want to take a quick second to let you know to subscribe to our channels to learn more about British culture. We've got weekly videos, YouTube videos, webinars. We, of course, have a YouTube channel, Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. IQ Global is what you need to subscribe to find out so much more about British culture. Okay, so now we've got our quiz. So part one, remember this is a two-part webinar. Did you notice we only went up to June? So we're going to be looking at January to June, part one of our quiz. Okay, so I'm going to give you a couple of moments. If you would like to answer on your phone, open a note, answer on your phone. If you would like to get a pen and a piece of paper to write down your answers, you can answer in the chat box or in the comment section below, or you can, of course, just answer in your head and track as you go along. Okay, so before we begin, everyone ready? Ready for our quiz? It's just a fun way of testing your knowledge and maybe learning a little bit more about these lovely special days and what we eat. Okay, are we ready? Let's have a look. So first things first, we need to finish the sentence. Special days can be local or international celebrations. So what is missing? Special days can be local or international celebrations. Let's have a look. National, fantastic. So special days can be local, national, or international celebrations. Okay. True or false? Christmas Day is an example of an international special day and holiday. International, celebrated almost everywhere around the world. Christmas Day. Can you remember there were two? There were two international special days that I mentioned. Was Christmas Day one of them? True or false? It is, of course, true. There we go. So Christmas Day is an example of an international special day and holiday. Fantastic. Okay, so let's finish the sentence. People celebrate special days for a few reasons, like history, people, food, events, and it's a bit of a tricky one. It happened, this was featured at the beginning of the webinar. Can you remember? It was a list. Have a think back. Perhaps it's something that means a lot to you. Can you think of what it was? Let's take a look. I'm having a look at the answers that are coming in our chat box. You are all doing very, very well. Good job. Religion and beliefs is something that really means a lot to you. People celebrate special days for a few reasons. History, people, food, events, and religion and beliefs. Okay, so those are the reasons we may have a special day. So choose one answer. So you can simply write A, B, or C, or if you would like to write down the full answer, that's up to you. Burns Night celebrates what? Okay, so don't let this one trip you up. Is it A, the life and work of Robert Burns? B, poetry and writing? Or C, Scottish foods? So this is a little bit of a tricky one. Can we remember Burns Night? What did it celebrate? A, B, or C? There we go. So, of course, it's the life and work of Robert Burns. Okay, so Burns Night, Robert Burns. It is the life and work of this famous poet. Okay. So finish the sentence. On Burns Night, Scots often eat neeps and tatties, haggis, and something biscuits. Remember, it was my favorite. Well, it was a lot of people's favorites. If you can't remember, have a look. Maybe you could scroll up. Maybe someone mentioned that they would also like to eat this on Burns Night. Can you remember what type of biscuit it was? Fantastic. Well done. It's, of course, shortbread biscuits, a very famous Scottish biscuit. So on Burns nights, they often eat neeps and tatties, haggis, and shortbread biscuits. Lovely. Another true or false? Every January, all of the UK becomes vegan for 1 month. So everyone in the UK becomes vegan for 1 month. Is that right? True or false? Of course, that's not right. It's false. Only some people choose to try the vegan diet. Not everyone. Some people, absolutely, but really not everyone. So every January, there is an event where people go vegan for the month, but only some people will try that vegan diet. Okay, let's choose one answer from these two. Valentine's Day foods are A, a roast dinner and mince pies, or B, strawberries and chocolate. Can you remember that list? There was champagne, there was heart-shaped desserts. Was it roast dinner and mince pies? Or was it strawberries and chocolates? A or B? Yeah, absolutely. I think that was an easy one. Strawberries and chocolates. What do you have on Valentine's Day? Is there something special you like to make or eat on Valentine's Day, or something you would buy for a special someone? I know I like chocolates. I do like strawberries sometimes, but chocolate, absolutely. I do like a lovely box of fancy chocolates on Valentine's Day. True or false? Shrove Tuesday is also called Cupcake Day. Was it Cupcake Day? Of course, it's false. Shrove Tuesday is also called Pancake Day, not Cupcake Day, Pancake Day. One of my favorites, making pancakes, enjoying them with friends and family. It's just a little treat, something just before Lent begins. So it's known as Pancake Day, not Cupcake Day. So finish the sentence. St. Piran's Day celebrates the patron saint of. Okay, so he was the patron saint. That's a very difficult combination of words. Of. Yes, well done. Of Cornwall. Bonus point if you can think of any Cornish foods. Remember, we ate 2 things on this day. You remember either of them? Let's have a look. For this one, this answer, why don't you write it in the comment section so that I can see who gets the bonus points. Okay, good. I can see some answers already. Well done. Yeah, absolutely. So we've got scones with jam and cream and Cornish pasties. Delicious. Choose one answer out of these 2. What do people buy for good luck at Easter? Is it A, people buy new clothes? Or is it B, people buy lucky eggs? Do they buy lucky eggs? Or do they buy new clothes? A or B? Good job. Well done. What do people buy for good luck at Easter? It's new clothes. And what do they believe? How long will this luck last if they buy new clothes at Easter? Good, yes, for the entire year. They think that if we buy new clothes on Easter, we'll have good luck for the rest of the year. That sounds fantastic. That would be lovely if it was that simple. Finish the sentence. British Week is an event that happens each year in May. Okay, so remember, what event happens each year in May? British Sandwich Week. But there is another event that happens in May. So if you said the other event, absolutely correct. What is it? So if you said Sandwich Week, what was the other event? And if you did say that other event, there we go, you've got Sandwich Week. So what is that other event? We've got Sandwich Week and Barbecue Week. So it's Barbecue Week was our other event that happens at the end of May. Okay, so we've got another true or false. On the last Friday of June, we celebrate National Fish and Chips Day. True or false? On the last Friday of June, we celebrate National Fish and Chips Day. Was it the last Friday of June? False. On the first Friday of June, we celebrate National Fish and Chips Day. And most people have a chippy tea, so a fish and chip dinner that evening. Wonderful. Or maybe a fish and chip lunch, depending on whenever you want to eat. You can have whenever you like. I'll see you next week. But first, don't forget to subscribe to our channels. We've got YouTube, we've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. We upload so many interesting topics, interesting videos, all for you to learn and enjoy from. Well, it's been a lovely time with you today. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. If you do want to go and watch more, do have a look at our next video and subscribe here. I'll see you next time.